that was weird. What the hell happened there? Hang on. Oh, I know what's happened. There's some weird doubling up. You can kind of hear it in the audio. Oh, I know what it is. Hang on. That's better. Oof. I was worried there for a second. I was like, oh. Has there been some kind of weird audio problem? Also, it's weird that changing my mouse, clicking my mouse wheel, and it's making the new game options, exit game things go across. Never seen that before. That's an interesting choice. Especially as I got my controller connected. I was like, oh god, am I accidentally pressing buttons, or have I done something weird? And no, it's just using PC gaming. Gotta love it. Welcome to the stream. Guys, we did it. We made it for another week. How are you all doing out there? The good news is, at least we're near the end of January. Jeez, don't know why I really struggled saying that. That was really weird. But then again, it's one of my streams. Something weird's gonna happen, or I'm gonna do something weird. That's how these work. Yes, so God. One day I'll figure out how to start a stream and then not make it incredibly weird. But today isn't that day. And speaking of weird starts, we are finally, well, a week, gonna start playing Pheonix Wright, Ace Attorney. If you were aware of the shenanigans that happened last week, we tried to start this, but for some reason it was freezing up OBS whilst I was trying to get the stream going. Still not 100% why, but I've realised using my other monitor and having a 2-screen setup, which I don't actually like doing that much on my PC, really fixed it, having one monitor and then OBS and everything else. Maybe it is just a I don't know, maybe it's a HDR thing or something, I don't know. But point is, it works, and we're finally going to be playing it, which I'm very excited to do, because this is a game series that I've been aware of for a long time. Like, I know the objection meme, I've seen the characters, like, in loads of other stuff, or referenced, so I'm, like, kind of aware of what the series is just as a concept and in general. I know it's a very big series with a lot of games, a lot of spin-offs, but I've actually never played any of the games, nor am I kinda 100% what they are. Like, I kind of think they're sort of visual novel detective mystery games to some extent, but I don't actually really know. So I'm kind of excited to sort of explore this blind spot in my gaming knowledge. So why don't we just get on with it? Play this game. Might as well start the first one. Episode 1. The first turnabout. Play the first turnabout? Yes. We unlocked an achievement by starting the game. It's been murdered! She's been murdered. A statue on someone's desk. Damn it! Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. I've got to find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. Oh, huh? I'll make it look like he did it. But who? August the 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court. Defendant lobby number 2. So my understanding is we're a defense lawyer. Boy, am I nervous. Right! Whoa! Oh, hiya, Chief. Whew. Glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Pheonix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. There's a lot about you. And your client as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favour. A favour? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out in any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over! My life! Everything! It's all over! Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death! Despair! Oh! I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna die! Sounds like he wants to die. Well, I mean, he did just say that. Yeah. Nick! Hey. Hey there, Larry. Dude! I'm so guilty! Tell them I'm guilty! Give me the death sentence! I ain't afraid to die! What? What's wrong, Larry? No! It's all over! I'm finished! Finished! I can't live in the world without her! I can't! Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Ah, Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death. The newspapers say it was you. My name is Pheonix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman is killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts, my best friend since grade school. Our school has a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. I really love this game. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself into trouble. One thing I can say though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That, and I owe him one, which is why I took the case, to clear his name. And that's just what I'm gonna do. August 3rd, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The, defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. What? What? So, you're gonna... I guess what he means is how well we do will mean the person will be guilty or not. Right? Instead of, like, if, hypothetically, we started kicking off and yelling and shouting, he's not just gonna... He's gonna go, "You're guilty. Go to jail." Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Tutorial mode, go! Head shaking, eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Is it me? Nah, it's Mr. Butts. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you, and you'll do fine. There you go, folks. Aspiring lawyers. All you need to do is just remember your client's name, and you'll be fine. That's all you need. You don't need a fancy degree. Just knowledge of someone's name. Sorry, spare me a second. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what is the victim's name? We haven't been told that yet. Phew, I know this one. Glad I read the case report. Glad I read the case report cover to cover so many tiny times. Can take that again. Phew, I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times. It's... Wait. No. No. No way. I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Pheonix! Are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim. Oh, of course I know the victim's name. I just forgot. Temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name isn't listed in the court record. Just press tab to check it at any time, okay? Or I'll be in this situation. No one would believe I was a defense attorney if I didn't carry this. Cindy's autopsy report. 31st of July, 4 to 5 p.m. Cause of death, loss of blood due to trauma. Blunt trauma. Matt F.A., 27. Chief attorney at Fay & Co. My boss, and a regular defense attorney. Larry Butts, 23. Likeable guy who has been my friend since grade school. Cindy Stone, the victim in this case. A model. She lived in the apartment by herself. Winston Payne, 52. The prosecutor in this case. Lacks presence. Generally bad at getting his points across. So it's Cindy Stone. Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Well, if you ask. Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case? Cinder Block. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now, tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was hit with a blunt object. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then. First, question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne? Yes, Your Honor. As Mr. Wright has just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was? The murder weapon was the statue of the thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepts it into evidence. Statue added to the court record. Statue in the shape of the thinker. It's rather. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use tab to check the court record frequently. Smack! Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. Prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand. Mr. Butts, to the stand. Chief? What do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything. Unfortunate. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Ahem. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey! Watch it, buddy! We were great together! We were Romeo and Juliet! Cleopatra and Mark Antony! And a third couple, who didn't end in tragedy. Didn't they all die? Yeah, I was dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls. Or seeing me. Ever. What's it to you anyway? Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies! All of it! Lies! I don't believe a word of it! Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. Passport. Cool. Indeed. She appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude! No way! The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude! We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Right. I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I stop him from answering? I love the way slams his hands on the desk. That's really great. My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case. Oh, dude! Nick! What do you mean? Irrelevant! That cheating she-dog. I'm gonna die! I'm just gonna drop dead! Yeah, and when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I believe the accused motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Ooh. Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe I did, and maybe I didn't. Oh, he went. What do I do? Well, the right thing to do would have him answer honestly, but we should probably stop him from answering because he's an idiot. I'll send him a signal. Die like a dog. Well, see, it's like this. I don't remember. You don't remember? Sorry, I'm switching headphones. I was hoping it wouldn't be noticeable, but apparently it will be. Well then, we'll just have to remind you. I got a bad feeling about this. We have a witness that proves he did go to the victim's apartment that day. Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness? The man who found the victim's body. You mean the real murderer? Just before making the gruesome discovery, he saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Order. Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sorwitt to the stand. Oh boy, this guy's gonna be a problem. Mr. Sorwitt, you sell newspaper subscriptions. Is this correct? God, this guy's voice has suddenly become a David Lynch impression. Not against it. Oh yes. Newspapers, yes. Mr. Sorwitt, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Witness account. I was going door to door, selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing in an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 PM. Hang on. Court record. Ah! Wrong! Time of death was between 4 and 5, you idiot. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Larry, why didn't you tell her the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Yes, you can! Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honour, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Well, that's convenient. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honour. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sorrett used was one of those. Your Honour, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Blackout record added to the court record. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes. Yes, Your Honour. You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honour? Alright, right. This is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why? You exposed the lies in the testimony the witness gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Not literally. That would be weird. Okay. Open the court record with tab, then point out the contradictions in the testimony. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing the apartment. Hold it! Isn't a man leaving an apartment a common sight? I find it odd that you would take notice of him. I don't know. He just seemed strange to me, that's all. Like he was mad and yet frightened at the same time. Just like a criminal fleeing the scene of a crime. The defense requests the witness refrain from conjecture. Of course, what the witness means is that the man he saw looked suspicious. So, what happened next? I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. I'm gonna press on that. Half open, you say? Yes. The door was open halfway, yes. I watched for a moment, but no one came to close the door. That's odd, in a big city like this, I thought. I see. And what happened next? Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. Thought to call the police immediately. I'm gonna press them on that. You thought to call the police? Does that mean you didn't actually call them? Besides, there was a blackout anyway. Please, please. Listen to the rest of the testimony. You thought to call the police? What happened next? Whether the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. Remember the time exactly? It was 1 PM. I'm going to press him on that. 1 PM? Are you certain? Yes, absolutely. He seems really confident. 1 PM? Right. Doesn't that seem strange to you? Present some evidence to contradict him. Objection! He said the thing! You found the body at 1 PM? You're sure? Yes, it was 1 PM. For certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death sometime after 4 PM. There was no body to find at 1 PM. Ah, I see what he did there. How did you explain this 3-hour gap? Ah! This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sarwit, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 PM? Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one, and the whole story falls apart. Wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? Time of discovery. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. What? There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. During a blackout? Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 PM. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Right. You know what to do. I've got this one. Time discovery. Okay, voice probably coming from television. It's 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess it must have been watching a video of a taped program. Right, so let's present evidence of the blackout. Hold it right there! The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard the television. Or a video. Ah! The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sorwet? No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Wait! Oh, I remember now! Mr. Sorwet? The court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That, and you seem rather distraught. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Sowett. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. Hearing the time. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. What? There was a table clock on the in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. Except that wasn't the murder weapon. You saw a clock. Guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. Let's present the actual murder weapon. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was this statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? Ah, you with your objections and your evidence. Just who do you think you are? The law, mate. Just answer the question, Mr. Sowett. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock. Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Payne. As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. What? The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies. I see. So, the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears the witness testimony was correct. This is a clock. What? Do you have any problems with his testimony now? I mean, no, I guess. I guess not. There was a clock on the scene, so no problem. Right, are you out of your mind? That clock doesn't look like a clock at all. But there were... Yeah, the witness couldn't possibly know it was a clock just by seeing it. He said it himself. He never entered the apartment. Oh, right, of course. It was in his testimony. Hey, you're right. Is something the matter? Does the defense have anything to add? Yes. Yes, I do. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet, the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly, a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying! You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Bah! Oh yeah? Prove it! Prove I went in there. I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her! You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. It was the sound that was the sound you heard. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sowett, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? That day, I never. Look, the clock, I heard, no, I mean, I saw, What the heck? Shut up, I hate you. I really hope that was a wig. 'Cause that would have really hurt. And he would have had super strength to do that, but... I hate you! It was him! I tell you! I saw him! He killed her! And he should burn! Burn! Give him death! Order! Order in the court, I say. Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims. Mr. Wright. Your Honor? You claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. Better think it through carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. It heard was definitely this clock. Fact of which is clear if you simply try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker after all. So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. Ack! As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sowett heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sowett, try to talk your way out of this one. You forgot one thing. Uh-oh. What's he talking about now? While it may seem as that the clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. Yes, because we can, because if the autopsy report proves the murder was at 4:25, and he thinks it's 1:25, that's 3 hours earlier. ticking. He's right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it! I was so close. Mr. Wright, it seems as though you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yeah. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sowett. I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens! You treat me like a criminal! A criminal! You lawyers are all slime! God, I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Not so fast, Mr. Sowett. What? Mia! I mean, Chief! Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. But, Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow on the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. That doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Also, she had just come from Paris, so there would have been a time delay. Right? Can you think of a reason why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Yes. Wait! Maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it. Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course, there is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Ha! Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off. Let's see this evidence proves why the clock was slow. I reckon it's a passport because she had been away and there's a time delay. Take that! The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As you all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. But it's 4 PM here, it's 1 AM the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Sowett? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? I just got the pun on why he's called Sowett. God damn it. Ah. Oh, he's dead. Okay. Order! Order, I say! Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness? He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly and find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. And with that, this court is adjourned. And I'm going on vacation, baby. Turns out that Frank saw it was a common burglar. He approached his newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, he saw Mr. Sawit let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sawit grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. August 3rd, 2:42 p.m. District Court. Defendant lobby number 2. Phew. Still can't believe we won. Right. Good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all. Not at all. You've fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over! Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Aw, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait, no, I mean bad. Bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Windity's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was Nah, never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts. Innocent. Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this. Ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner? Movie? My treat. Oh, no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. Isn't this evidence in a murder trial? I think it's probably frowned upon. A present? For me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Don't they make you want to just cry? Larry. Are you so sure? Excuse me? I think she thought quite a lot of you. In her own way. Nah. You don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing. Really. Isn't that right? Right. Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh yeah. Right. What the heck is she talking about? Probably the statue? Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? What about that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she travelled. Whatever. She probably just needed a clock. That's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take travelling. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really? I am. Thanks. I hope that made him feel a little bit better. Right? Hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realise things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right? Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me. Yes, let's go. Right now. We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Harry. You were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah. Part at least. You have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? And so, my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us, unless you count the clock he gave Mia. I didn't know it then, but that clock was soon going to be at the centre of another incident. Damn it, Larry. And I promised to tell the chief about me and Larry. Be one promise I wouldn't be able to keep. What? What does that mean? End. Brand new episode has been added. This is fun. I'm really enjoying this. Hello, this is Maya. Hey Maya, it's me. Why is there a character... Like, I bet in the original Japanese, like, these are called something slightly different. Why is there a Mia and a Maya in this game? That is just very confusing. I'm thinking from, like, a writing perspective, like having two very different characters' names is really confusing for an audience, and you probably shouldn't do that. But maybe there's something like the localization or something there's a reason for that. Anyway, yeah, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Sorry, I've been busy. How have you been? Well, lonely, and it's all your fault. Nah, I'm just teasing. I've been great. I'm finally getting used to having my own place. That's good to hear. Actually, I'm calling because I have a favour to ask. These two are sisters, right? I know. You want me to hold evidence for you? What? Sharp as always. There's a lot of buzz about the upcoming trial. Just don't feel safe keeping the evidence here. I gotcha. So what is it this time? It's a clock. A clock? Yeah, it's made to look like that statue, the Thinker, and it tells you the time. I thought you might like it. You always like toys. Hey, I'm not a little girl anymore, sis. Called it. Now. You know I'm only teasing. Ah, I should probably tell you. The clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I take the clockwork out. Sorry. I put some papers inside it instead. Important papers? Papers? Is that the evidence then? Well, there's a possibility it might turn out that way. Yes. Can you come by the office tonight? Say 9 o'clock to pick it up? I'll be in a pre-trial meeting until then. Okay. But I expect dinner. Something good. Like burgers. Could really go for a good burger. Okay. We'll hit the usual joint. Alright. It's a deal. Okay. Sis, see you soon. Yep. I'll be waiting. Maya. Beep. Conversation recorded September 5th, 1927, 9:27 AM. September 5th, 8:57 PM. Faye & Co. Law Offices. Now, Miss Faye, I'll take what's mine, the papers. I'm sorry, but I can't give you what I don't have. Miss Faye, you are a poor liar. Why? I see it right over there. That must be the thinker that swallowed those papers. How could you know? You are not cogniferous of my background? Gathering information is my business, you see. I should have been more careful. My dear Miss Faye, I'm so very sorry. But I am afraid I must ask you for one more thing. Your eternal silence! Farewell, Miss Faye. What? Red, white, blue. September 5th, 9:08 PM. Faye & Co. Law Offices. Uh-oh, I'm late. Huh, that's strange. Guess the chief must have left without me. He said his sister was coming over, so we should all go out for dinner. What's that smell? Blood? Mia! Maybe she's in her office. Examine? Oh, point and click. I smell blood, and that can't be good. I have to check and see if Mia, the chief, is okay. Move! Office. That smell. Blood. Sob. This? Someone's there. Chief? Chief? Chief! Who are you? The strange girl dropped out cold. I left her lying in the office sofa. I went back to the chief, where she lay under the window. Her body was still warm. I could feel it when I held her shoulder. Then, all too quickly, it began to fade. Until finally, she was cold. Chief. Can't believe they killed my girlfriend all this so quickly. It's encrusted with dried blood. How ironic this became the murder weapon. Again. Some shards of glass are scattered on the floor. Seem to be the remains of a glass light stand. Chief's chair. A simple, functional design. Feels pretty good to sit in too. Chief. It's hard seeing here like this, but if there are any clues here. She was struck on the head with a blunt object. She probably died instantly. The thinker lying next to her must have been a murder weapon. Thinker, add into the court record. There are some glass shards near the chief's body. Must be pieces of glass stand lying broken in the back of the room. Nothing else that seems like a clue here. A piece of paper. Must have fallen from Mia's hand. What could it be? The words are written in blood on this scrap of paper. Maya? Did Mia read this? Write this? This piece of paper is a receipt from a department store. It's dated yesterday. Receipt added to a court record. I think that's enough snooping around for now. I better call the police. And find out what that girl was doing here. There's a large building right across from the office. The Gateway Hotel. Gatewater Hotel. A nice luxurious place. Wait. Sorry. The Gatewater Hotel? You mean, like, the Watergate, but with the words switched over? Guys. Come on. There are other hotel names you could have parodied. No clues here. Right, I better call the police. That's funny. A few of the screws on the receiver are missing. Looks as though someone was halfway through taking it apart. Police! Please, come quickly. What was that? Someone screaming from outside the window. She's staring right at me. She's holding a phone in her hand. Take her ledger book. Everything's written in the chief's ultra neat handwriting. It's a small office, but it makes a good bit of money. Surprisingly, Chief is never good with machines. About all she used this PC for was email. She picked up this ancient model at some garage sale, practically nothing. All the Chief's important documents are packed in here. This is where she files her case records and recent rulings. Are we missing anything? That girl just now. Where'd she go? I put her right there on that sofa. Uh-oh. Hope she didn't run on me. Yipes! Don't scare me like that. Excuse me, but who are you? It's okay. I work here. Maya. Maya Fey. Maya? Fey? Maya? So Mia was writing this girl's name. Maybe I should show her the receipt? Never thought there'd be a use for evidence like this outside the courtroom. Okay, I can't present them. I can't have to do this. Before Mia died, she wrote a message with her own blood. She wrote it on the back of the receipt. That's my name! Why? Why did she write that? Why would she write my name? Please, just calm down. Why would Sis write my name? Uh-oh, now I've done it. The police! Sounds like they're coming this way. Freeze! Police! Alright. I'm Detective Dick Gumshoe. See? Gumshoe? What an odd name. We received the report from the building across the way. See? Got a person saying they saw a murder. Must have been that woman I saw. Anyway, I don't want either of you moving 1 inch, okay? Great. Just great. Maya. Wait. She wouldn't have... Nah. Whoa! Excuse me. Eat! This word, Maya. Here, mean anything to you? That's my name. What? The victim drew this here note in her own blood, see? With her dying breath, she wrote down the killer's name. Killer? I'm not... Case closed! You're coming down to the precinct, man. What? Mia's younger sister, Maya, was arrested on the spot. I was taking him for questioning. I didn't get out until the next morning. My eyes were heavy, but I couldn't sleep. I sat around waiting for the visiting hours to begin at the detention centre. I had to talk to Maya as soon as possible. September 6th, 9:07 a.m. Detention Centre. Visitor's room. Wow, they have poor Maya locked up like a criminal. Oh, it's you, the lawyer. Good morning. Good morning. She looks so tired. Are you going to be my attorney? Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. What I wanted to talk to you about. Of course I will. First things first, better get her cheered up. Yeah, of course I will. Cheer up. Really? Whoa, did I say the wrong thing? She looks sad now. What's wrong? You don't think I can do it? No, no one could. Who would believe me? Even you, when you found me in the office. You looked at me like I had done it. Did I look at her like that? No, I never thought... It's okay, I understand. And I've also heard about you. Heard? Heard what about me? I was talking to my sister on the phone the other day. Today was my junior partner's first time in court. Wow, really? How'd that go? It was quite the scene. Honestly, I was on the edge the whole time. It's been a while. Huh. So he crashed and burned? He's a genius. One of those strike fear into the hearts of evil types. The only thing he's lacking is experience. Huh. Sounds like it was fun. Well, I know who to go to if I ever get into trouble now. Funny you say that. I don't know, Maya. I think you might want to wait. Give him 3 more years. God damn it, we don't have 3 more years. We need her now. That is, Unless you want to be found guilty. That's what she said. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult you. No, it's okay. It's true, I guess. But at the same time, I can't just sit by and watch. When I think of the person who did this to Mia, I know. Let's examine. This guy wants the visitor room. He hasn't moved an inch. Real pro, this guy. Smile for the camera. So we can move. Maya? Something I've been wanting to ask you. Yes? What's with that outfit? Oh, this? This is what all acolytes wear. It's my uniform, you could say. All what now? Acolytes? Like, people in religious training? What is it you do? Oh, it's something strange, really. I'm a spirit medium. I'm training. It's a spirit medium? I'm pretty sure that qualifies as strange. Spirit mediums. So you're an acolyte. A, medium in training. That's right. The Fae family, especially the women, have always been very sensitive to the spirit world. What? Wait a second. You said the Fae family? So Mia was into this stuff too? Of course! She left the mountain to follow her career, she said. Her powers were first class too. I had no idea. Wait. What? What? So, you're a real, honest-to-goodness spirit medium? With ESP and all that? Yes. In training. Well, can't you contact Mia's spirit then? We can just ask her who killed her. Why do I got a feeling it's going to be way more complicated than that? I'm sorry. I'm still in training. I couldn't do something like that. Something on that level. I thought that would be too easy. Could you tell me about the day of the murder? Yes. Let's see. That morning, I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial. Evidence? Yeah. That clock shaped like the thinker. The one Larry made. How could it have been evidence in the case? Right. She said something about that. I remember. Do you want to hear it in her own voice? What? Her own voice? Yes. I'm pretty sure our conversation is on my cell phone. Oh, okay, that makes more sense. You recorded it? Yeah. I forgot how to delete those things. Well, that's going to be good evidence. So, you say you have a conversation with your sister on your cell phone. Let's hear it. Right. Oh. I just remembered. That detective took my cell phone. Sorry. Oh. Right. Of course. Next time I see Detective Gumshoe, I'll ask him for it. I'll write you a note so you don't forget, okay? Sure. Thanks. May's memo is added to the court record. Huh? Something the matter? I was wondering, could I ask you a favour? The address of a famous lawyer. My sister gave me this a long time ago. She said if I was ever in trouble, I should call him. And, well, I'm in trouble. Do you think you could go and ask him to represent me? I'm right here! Sure. Sure, why not? I'll go ask. Thank you so much! I have no one else to turn to. Again. Right here. Say, what about your parents? I see. Don't worry. Leave it to me. Thank you. The trial's tomorrow at 10 o'clock. What? Tomorrow? Tomorrow. Tomorrow? It's only a day away. What if this guy refuses? They told me that if I don't find one, the state will pick an attorney to defend me. When will that happen, though? They're giving me till 4 PM this afternoon. And visiting hours are almost up. I better hurry. Right, I'll be back. Could you tell me about the day of the murder? Sorry, I know it must be hard. No, it's okay. All I've been doing the last few hours is thinking about it, is talking about it. I've kind of gotten used to it. Let's see. That morning, I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial. It's think o'clock, the maid. Practically qualified as a serial murderer by now. So then, when did you arrive in the office? It was right around 9 o'clock. The lights were off, and I could smell blood. Then I found her. My sister. Thanks, Maya. That's all I need to hear for now. Let's go to Grossberg. September 6th. Grossberg Law Offices. According to the receptionist, the big boss is out. It's probably going to go play golf. She couldn't say when he'd be back. Must have been hard to keep track of everything when you're a famous lawyer. Ain't that the truth? Not to mention run an office like this. Guess I'll just have to come back later. Examine! A table for clients. An elegant ebony case. If I'm not mistaken, that light is made of solid gold. Even I can tell someone here has got money to burn. An expensive potted plant. No idea what kind of plant it is, but it's probably the most expensive one available. That painting has been bugging me ever since I stepped in here. The oil paint is so thick, it's practically giving me a stuffed nose. I'm sure the price is nothing to sneeze at either, for that matter. It's a cool painting. Expensive looking mahogany bookshelves filled with expensive looking books. Funny. They don't look like they've ever been read. Solid mahogany desks. The wood's been polished to a deep luster. Okay, is there anything else to examine here? Okay, let's get out of here. Let's go back to the office. September 6th. Benko. The office is filled with police officers. They're all busily searching for clues. Hey! You there! This is a crime scene, pal. No trespassing. Sorry. Don't I know you from somewhere? Wait, you're the Butts guy, aren't you? No. Pheonix Wright. How can anyone mistake me for Larry? Ah, guess I just got the wrong name, Mr. Wright. Sorry about that. That Butts guy, he was a killer, and you're no killer, right? Yeah, he was proven innocent. Right. And you were Detective Gumtree, Detective Suede Shoes, Detective Gumshoe. Gumshoe, wasn't it? Dick Gumshoe? Right. At your service. Hang on. That's Detective Gumshoe to you, pal. Anyway, get the name right. And don't go calling me Dick. Hey, Dick, get over here. Yes, sir. But be right there. Oh. You're a lawyer, right, pal? If you got business here, you better do it quick. Phew, he thinks I'm Myers Law. Let's examine. Mia's favorite potted plants. Remember it had this bizarre name no one could ever remember. Cordeline Stricter, pal. Who was that? An old movie poster. Apparently, this was the first movie that made Mia cry when she saw it. I'll have to check it out one of these days. I bet that's actually like inspired by an actual movie poster or something. But they've obviously like made sort of like an impressionist version of it. They do that a lot in like Japanese games. You can see background posters and stuff in like movies and you're like, that's a poster from an actual film. They've just like smudged it a lot so you can't tell. For legal reasons. Mia's desk. Perfectly clean, as always. The only thing that's missing is Mia. There's a horrendous amount of legal books here. Scariest still is that Mia probably read all of these. About Miss Fay. Did you do an autopsy? You want to know the results, eh? Now, don't you look at me like that, pal. It's no use. She might have been your boss, but that doesn't mean you get any special treatment. Alright. You can see the report. But that's all. So what's your report? Add to court records. About Maya. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the trial. Sorry, pal, but this is the one trial you aren't gonna win. Why'd you say that? The city's prosecutor Edgeworth on the prosecution. Edgeworth. Well, I'm sure that you know what that means. You being a lawyer and all. Prosecutor Edgeworth. That's right, pal. Mr. Miles Edgeworth himself. Wait, you do know him, don't you, pal? Of course not. Never heard of him. Whoa! And you call yourself a lawyer, pal? About 4 years ago, this Edgeworth guy became prosecutor at the age 20. Everyone says he's a genius. Surprised you don't know him. Of course I know him. I'm just plain dumb. He's a cold, heartless machine who'll do anything to get a guilty verdict. Sounds like we have a rival. There are rumours of back-alley deals and forged evidence. All I know is for sure that Edgeworth hates crime with an almost abnormal passion. Never imagined I'd be facing him so soon. Is there any evidence worth presenting, sorry? I don't think so. Hey! What is it? Did you meet the lawyer? Sorry. I haven't seen him yet. I see. I better go see if I can find the elite lawyer she's talking about. Is there anything new we can talk about? Your family. What about your family? I only have my sister. My father died when I was very young. And I don't know where my mother is. Don't know. She could still be alive. Ooh, that's gonna show up later. The women in my family have been mediums for generations. They say a lot of spiritual power runs in our blood. About 15 years ago, our family was involved in an incident. There was a man and he ruined our mother's life. Ruined? After that, she disappeared. Several years after that, my sister announced she would become a lawyer, and she left the mountain. So, you live by yourself? Yes. Gotten used to it. Oh, also, I had to become independent, or I would lose my powers. Alright. Okay, sure, fine. I feel bad for her, all by herself on that mountain. Your mother's enemy. So, who is this man who, ruined your mother? About 15 years ago, there was an unusual murder case. It made quite a stir. Everyone was talking about it, apparently. The police were running out of leads, and they were getting desperate. Wait, they didn't use a spirit medium, did they? The police convinced my mother to try and contact the victim. Wow. So, what happened? The case was solved. We fought. You fought? The man my mother helped the police capture was innocent. The pieces of consultation with the medium had all been carried out in secret, of course. But the man found out about it and leaked it to the press. He told all the papers that my mother was a fraud, and the media jumped on it big time. My mother... She became the laughingstock of the nation. I see. White. Excuse me? White? Yeah. I mean, Mia said something about red, white and blue before she died. It's interesting. How is his name? My sister told me. White? Can I do anything with this? Remember that receipt? You mean the one with my name on it? Any idea why she... Absolutely none. Do you trust me? I trust you. Why? Don't you think I did it too? No, I don't. It's just a hunch, but... That detective thinks I did it. That detective thinks I did it. Okay, there's nothing else to examine in here. Let's go back to the law office, see if there's anything there. But I don't think there's anything new. I reckon... Well, if we show him the glass shards. There's broken glass at the crime scene, right? Oh, that? Seems like a glass stand next to the victim fell over. Glass shards were pieces of the broken stand. Okay, what about the murder weapon? I was wondering, do you know anything about this? That's the statue? That's the murder weapon. Huh? Thinks the clock is just a statue too. I'm starting to wish I'd never seen this thing. There's a piece of paper next to the victim, right? Yeah. What with the killer's name written on it. You sure that Mia didn't write it herself? Given the condition of the writing, it's hard to say if it's her handwriting or not. So there's no proof that Mia wrote it. I was wondering, did you see Maya Faye's cell phone? Oh, that? I have that. Do you think you could give it back? Sure. I mean, wait a second, pal. Tricky lawyer. Uh-oh. He's onto me. Tell him straight. If I tell him why I want it, there's no way he'll give it to me. Something the matter? Oh. Oh no, it's just... You know, detective. Nope. I know nothing, pal. That cell phone has got numbers on it. Like her boyfriend's? A cell phone holds all little girls' sweetest and spiciest secrets. Alright. You're trying to confuse me. Sorry, pal. I already checked all the numbers in the memory. Impressive. You're quite the detective. Uh-huh. Oh, here. You can have that phone back. There weren't any suspicious call records on there after all. Seems you didn't notice to record the conversation. Check the court record to hear the recorded conversation. Guess I've asked all the questions I need to. You're all done, pal? Yes, I think I'll be heading out now. Oh. Wait. One more thing I wanted to mention to you. I don't suppose you've been planning on talking to that witness. Anyway, you better not. No influencing the witness with your lawyerly ways, pal. Come to think of it, I'd completely forgotten about her. The witness? Yeah, Miss April May. That's a name and a half. I'm sorry about this, but I can't tell you anything about her. Well, you just told me her name, Miss May, huh? So you've sent her home already then? You're trying your lawyerly tricks on me now. She's not going to go outside her room until the trial. So she's still in the hotel across the way? Guess she should know better than try to get the detective to leak information. Wow, that was weirdly difficult to read. You got that right, pal. Time to pay a visit to Miss May. Okay, okay, so that's the phone record that we heard at the start. Turn over to the Gatewater. 7th, Gatewater Hotel. Room 303. Well, hello there, handsome. Hi. Smooth, right? Real smooth. You're a lawyer, aren't you? The detective told me. He said, don't say nothing to that lawyer, pal. Remember to self, Thanks Detective Gumshoe for making my job harder. Gee, this is all like something out of the movie. It's all so exciting I can hardly contain myself. Oh, let me freshen up so I can look the part of the beautiful eyewitness. I be the lawyer that has to cross-examine this one. Got bad news, right? A bottle and 2 glasses are on the table. Somebody must be staying with her. Ah, I still seen painting. Wait, should that be still alive? Whatever. One of those is hanging on the wall. There's a screwdriver stuck in this drawer. What? What's inside? Let's take a look. Hey! 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 What are you doing? No touching! Oh. Bad boy. You really shouldn't pry around in other people's rooms now. You wouldn't want to make me upset, would you? Upset? Thought she was going to explode for a second there. Wonder what could be inside that drawer. So... Can you tell me something? Can you describe what you observed at the time of the incident? Oh, observe. Incident. You sound just like a lawyer in the movies. I like a man with a big vocabulary. I better not encourage her. You know that thing that happened the other day? The bad thing? What did you see when it happened? And suppose you could tell me about it, pretty please? Let me see. Well, dream on. If you want to know, you just have to come to court tomorrow, Mr. Lawyer. Oh, boy. Could you... Just exactly who are you? Ooh, Mr. Lawyer. Are you hitting on me? No, hey, I'm just doing my job here. You know, you're cute when you blush. Believe me, this is the first in my life I've blushed this much. Right. Can you tell me just what it is that you do? Well, no. And you had your hopes up, didn't you? Oh boy. This room. I see there are 2 glasses on the table. Is someone staying here with you? Ooh, what amazing powers of observation. You must be one of those famous detectives, like on television. Oh, no, not me. I'm, just a lawyer. Say, Mr. Big Detective, why don't you go look for clues in the garbage? Miss May doesn't like nosy little lawyers. Oh boy. Is there anything we can present? Maybe. Does this matter? Excuse me, but I'm a witness? A police witness? You understand? How can I possibly give you any information in good conscience? Me? The witness. It's just like in the movies. Okay, so that's gonna be no use. What's inside, I wonder? Maybe later. Flowers are fake, as expected. No sunflowers and tulips, but that's about the extent of my floral knowledge. Mine too. The late summer sunlight streams through the window. There's the Pheonix Law Officers building, of course. You can see the inside of the room pretty clearly from here. I think it'll be a little difficult to recognize the face from this distance, though. A simple bed. It's been recently made. Nothing eye-catching here. Right, is anyone at the law office? Seems like Mr. Grossberg is out. Well, maybe I should just wait for him to come back. That wasn't the most over-the-top clearing of the throat I've ever heard.
So, you're the one they say has been looking for me.
Yes, that's me. He looks even grander than I imagined.
That badge on your collar. So you're a lawyer, are you now?
Yes, well, yes.
And what do you want?
I'm not particularly busy these days. Please,
proceed.
Not busy? How come no one can get in touch with you? Something the matter?
You came to see the one and only Marvin Grossberg, did you not? Well, here I am, boy. What do you want? Out with it.
Well, sir, actually, it's about Maya Fey.
Oh! Yes. Maya Fey. Go on.
Why the strange reaction?
Cha-cha.
What a weird phrase to use.
I'm really quite busy here, son.
Didn't sound like it a minute ago.
I can't go taking notice on a day's notice. No, it's quite impossible.
Wait just a second. How do you know the trial was tomorrow?
Anyway, I'm afraid it's entirely impossible for me to represent her. Sorry, end of discussion.
What's going on? He refused me before I even got a chance to ask him. What do I tell Maya? I think you have to tell Maya that she's got herself a lawyer, and it's gonna be us. Anyway, your refusal. How can you just refuse like that? Please, tell me why you won't just take the case.
Yeah. Well, you see, it's just I'm busy, you see.
But the client is Mia Fey's sister.
Mia trusted you. She knew her sister would be in good hands. Yes, of course. I know that. However, I'm sorry, but I must refuse. Sorry. Goodbye.
Creep. Fine. I don't have time to argue with you anyway. I'll go look elsewhere.
Think not.
Huh? Did you say something?
I think not, I said.
What do you mean?
I'm terribly sorry. But I'm afraid that no lawyer worth their salt will take on this particular case. Terribly sorry, my boy.
Why?
I cannot say. I beg your pardon, but could you leave? Now? I've nothing more to discuss with you.
What's going on here? What about that painting?
That's...
Why the painting?
Aha! You noticed. It's my pride and joy.
Impressive, isn't it?
Well, isn't it? The colour of the sky, the hue of the sea, the weave of the straw hat. It's worth at least 3 million. I have no intention of parting with it, of course. No, I won't sell it. Not even to you.
Do I look like I have money?
Because I don't.
I wasn't interested.
It's not for sale.
I'm not buying. Jeez. How did you know Mia Fey?
She worked here a long time ago. Quite the apprentice, that one. Learned my techniques in the blink of an eye. She left one day, quite suddenly. She had a mission, you see.
A mission?
You could see it in her eyes. She followed it with a burning passion. Never looked back, that one.
What if we present the autopsy report on that matter?
Very sorry, but I got nothing to say regarding this matter.
Okay. So this is going to be not going anywhere. Unfortunately, going to have to give Maya the bad news.
September 6th, 3:42 p.m. Detention Center, Visitor's Room.
Hiya. Oh, you're back. Did you find the lawyer? Well, what do I tell her? Well, see, I really don't think you should use that guy. He didn't seem healthy. He was all skin and bones. What really happened? You don't mean he refused to help? I see. I've been abandoned then. Just a little longer now, before the state-appointed lawyer comes, I guess. 4 p.m. Time's up. What should I do? Do I just leave her and go home? Defend Maya! I've made up my mind. I'm going to defend you, whether you want me to or not. Why? Why? Well, I can't abandon you. I'm as sad as a person without any friends. I know, I've been there a long time ago. Law unlocked! Why did I become a lawyer in the first place? Because someone has to look out for the people who have no one on their side. Maya. I won't abandon you. You can count on me. That's so kind of you. Well, let's fight this one and get you out of here. Right. Thank you. Phew. She smiled at last, just like an entirely different person. One last question. You are innocent, right? Yes. And I trust you. So you trust me too, okay? It's a deal. So, what next? There's something that's been bugging me. Just what was inside that strange woman's drawer? It was when I tried to look into that drawer that she got all the defensive. There has to be something in there. Should we present these? Cell phone? Hey, I got your cell phone back. Oh, say, can I listen to my sister? Can I listen to my sister's voice? Maya's eyes are closed. She listened to every word with such intensity. Before long, tears began to roll down her cheeks.
Thank you. There's nothing else to examine here, right? I wanted to ask you about the murder weapon. Poor sis. Better not ask her about this now. Go back to the hotel. Good afternoon, sir. Excuse me. You are... Ah, I beg your pardon, sir. I'm the bellboy of this establishment. At your service, sir. Oh, right. Just come up to deliver room service, sir. Do you know where Miss May might be? Ah, I guess Miss May is currently using the, facilities. If you've no need of anything, I'll be taking my leave. Those biscuits look good. What biscuits? Please, stay as long as you like. Enjoy. Yeah. Wait, no! Hey! Why does it seem like every time I come here, I end up embarrassing myself? Wait, now's my chance to snoop around a bit. Ah, I almost forgot. Yeah! You came back quick. Might I ask you to inform Miss May there is a message for her? Please tell her that Mr. White of Blue Corp phoned. Mr. White! Ooh. Oh, right. Sure. No, his name's White. Mr. White. Blue Corp. Blue Corp. Where have I heard that name? Well, Mr. White is the central protagonist of Breaking Bad, if that's what you mean. Right. That was his name. My sister told me. White was the name of the guy who ruined Mia and Maya's mother. Could it be coincidence? There's a screwdriver sticking out of that half-open drawer. Now's my chance to see what's inside. So, remember the receiver earlier was, had some screws loose. So I wonder if this is related to that. What do we have here? A wiretap? A wiretap? At the Watergate? What? Do people learn nothing? What would a woman like her be doing with a thing like this? Wiretap added to the court record. There is definitely something suspicious about this Miss May. Why would she have something like this in a hotel room? There's a story behind all this. I know it. Alright. I'll be using this bit of evidence in tomorrow's trial. That's for sure. For Maya's sake. I'll get to this woman's bottom. I mean, you know what I mean. Oh. Bellboy? Still there? Uh-oh. Time to scram. Look forward to tangoing with you tomorrow, Miss May. Not like that. In court! To be continued. So that's interesting.
I kind of didn't really realise there was going to be like the investigation element. I thought it was all just going to be like trials. I mean, it's just not true. I kind of had a feeling there was going to be some kind of investigation, but like I wasn't sure what form it would take. September 7th, 10 a.m. District Court, Courtroom number 1. Oh hey, it's the same judge again.
Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fey.
Oh god. What voice am I going to give Edgeworth?
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Sedgeworth.
They better not show any signs of weakness today, or it'll be on me in an instant.
Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement.
Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence that she committed this murder. And we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor.
I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin then.
If we may call our first witness, Your Honor. The prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. He's too big for the podium. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court.
Sir. My name is Professor Gumshoe, sir.
I've forgotten how to do the accent.
I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir.
Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder.
Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain. The body was found in this window here. And the cause of death? Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was the statue of the thinker, found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hands, sir. The court accepts this statue as evidence.
Still calling it a statue. Floor plans added to the court record. Now, detective.
Yes, sir.
You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why?
Yes, sir. I had hard evidence that she did it, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this hard evidence. Okay. Testimony time. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were 2 people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Pheonix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why? Why? We had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder. The very moment, you say? Very well. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony.
Whoosh! Smack!
Hey, Maya just threw something at me. What's this? But my sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness testimony. She would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It worked lots of times. Heh, I should have expected Maya would know some of her sister's tricks. Alright, let's give this a try.
Something the matter?
No, Your Honor. I'd like to win my cross-examination. Maya Fay's arrest. So as soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. Okay, so you press. Who'd you say you got the call from?
Hey, pal. Don't play dumb. You know who.
The call was from a customer at the Gateway Hotel, right across from the crime scene. Okay. I pressed. Not sure it did much though. Right, please continue. There were two people there already. Defendant, Miss Maya Fay, and the lawyer, Mr. Pheonix Wright. Pressing that. Are you absolutely sure it was us?
Listen, pal. Your dumb act will only get you so far.
Your funky hippie clothes and your spiky hair. You two stand like suspicious people at a crime scene. Well, he does have a point about her. She is pretty unmistakable. I should pick up my points to press with a little more care. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fay. Why? We had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fay at the very moment of the murder. No, they didn't. Hold on just 1 second. Yeah? If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence. Is that correct?
Huh? Did I say that? Me?
I heard you say it.
You did say it.
Yeah, you said that. Exactly what was suspicious? What about the suspicious woman in pink's claim was hard evidence?
What? Miss May isn't so suspicious, and she sure isn't pink, pal.
Well, I guess she is pink.
That's enough, Detective Gumshoe. Do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective?
Guess pressing can have its advantages.
Yes.
No.
Sorry.
I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony. Your Honor, sir. There was something I should have told you about first, Your Honor.
Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again.
After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memento written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya, written clearly in blood. Lab test results showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. How'd you like that? That's my hard evidence.
Before we begin cross-examination,
I have a question for you, Detective. Your Honor, why didn't you testify about this piece of evidence the first time? Yeah, I know. I'm really embarrassed I forgot about Your Honor, sir. Try to be more careful. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Okay, so Securing the suspect, examine the scene of the crime with my own eyes. Found a memento of the pieces of paper next to the victim's body. On it the words Maya written clearly in blood. Lab results showed that the blood was the victim's. Just gonna have a look, see if... Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. That's his whole testimony. Okay, there has to be a contradiction in there somewhere. Let's find it. I don't think he did. And did you find any evidence? No, don't jump the gun on me, pal. Just listen, I'm getting to the good part. I got a bad feeling about this. To written on the piece of paper. Memo written on the piece of paper next to the victim's body. The word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results showed that the blood was the victim's. I mean, there couldn't be who else's blood it could have been. So there was blood found on the victim's finger. What's that? On which hand was the bloody finger, detective? The right hand. She was right-handed. Ha! Nice try. Yeah, I guess it wasn't too hard to see what I was getting at there. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. Now, let's go and check. Did you get a lot of cases where the victim actually writes the killer's name? Sure, it happens all the time in books and the movies. This isn't a movie, detective. It's a video game. Oof. Let's talk about reality, shall we? I guess I haven't heard of many cases, no. Don't you find it a little odd that the victim would write down a name? Especially the name of her own sisters? Yeah, actually, you got a point. You got a point, pal. Stop right there. The witness's opinion on the matter is irrelevant. The facts are clear. The victim wrote down the name of the accused. The victim told us the name of the killer. Order! Order! That didn't go so well. That's right. What he said. That's his whole testimony. Okay. There has to be a contradiction there somewhere. Let's find it. Securing the suspect. Examine the scene of the crime with my own eyes. If we present... Found a memo written over the piece of paper that's the body. Word Maya written clearly in blood. I'm gonna sit. Okay, it says a memo, but it's actually a department store receipt. This evidence clearly reveals a contradiction in that statement, Your Honor. How exactly are the evidence and the statement just now related? They aren't, are they? Not at all. It's alright. Please think the facts over before making accusations. I don't think that won me any points with the judge. Found a memo written written a piece on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. So if I the killer? The killer, anyone can see that. You're saying the killer wrote her own name? Buddy, please. She was framed! Hold on. If that's the case, where's your evidence? I guess that was a bit of a tall order, even for you. Those with evidence shouldn't open their mouths, Mr. Wright. Yeah, pal. Ugh. Well, detective, tell us what's written on that memo you found. I kind of pressed the wrong button. Do you have proof it was the Mia that wrote that? Of course I do, pal, because it's, yeah. I don't know if this is gonna... I think I'm being really dumb with this and I can't quite figure out what it is. That statement contradicts this evidence. It does? Why was anything contradictory? Really? Objection overruled. Trying to think before you make accusations, Mr. Wright. Whoops, that didn't go so well. Showed that the blood results were victims. What kind of tests were these again? What kind? Well, I hear they take the little bits of the blood to the, hemogoblins, hemogoblin, bobbin. I refuse to testify in this matter, pal. I'm no expert on blood tests. Yes, that was quite clear. You may continue with your testimony. Thanks, pal. I mean, Your Honor, sir. Dr. Gumshoe. Yeah. I look forward to your next evaluation. As should you. Oh. It was a mess. Right! Where was I? So there's blood found on the victim's finger. She died, victim wrote the killer's name. Sole testimony. Okay, there should be a contradiction there somewhere. I don't... Securing the suspect. Examine the scene of the crime with my own eyes. Did he though? Okay, yeah, that's right. I found a memo of a written piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. The test result shows the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger, which showed the victim's.
But that doesn't contradict anything. The word Maya was written in clearly in blood. I mean... Okay. Hmm. Haven't seen the crime very nice. A memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. Well, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Wait, hang on. The death was instantaneous. How would she have been able to write it after being hit by a blunt object? So one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You say that the victim, Mia Fey, wrote this note. And that she was accusing the defendant, Maya Fey. That's really what you're saying? What? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course she wrote it. Who else could have? You have it backwards, detective. But backwards? The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from your department, detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately. But... no butting your way out of this one, detective. Order! Order! The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have had the time to write anything down. Objection! Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report? When? The day after the murder? Yeah, it would have been... it was the day after the murder. The prosecution's point being... that autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor. What? A second autopsy report was performed yesterday at my request.
Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object, but there was a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning. No way! Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to write Maya. That is all.
I see.
Damn you, Edgeworth. I should have known you'd have something up your sleeve. I should make him French. Why, Mr. Wright, you look shocked. Something you want to say? You're a sham, Edgeworth. The sex is a sham. I'm a sham? You're a sham, Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth, I've heard there's nothing you won't do to get your verdict. What reason could you possibly have had to request a second autopsy report?
Mr. Wright, the defense will refrain from personal attacks on the prosecution.
No matter, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, say what you will. The evidence in this report is undeniable. Your Honor, I submit this report to the court.
Understood. The court accepts the evidence.
Autopsy report updated in the court record. Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer.
I suppose that's the obvious conclusion. Yes.
Voila. Darn, this isn't good. The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes.
Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand.
Exactly what part of her is innocent. His face.
This is not appropriate court attire.
Witness, your name, please? April May. Whoa! Hello. Wink.
Order. An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd.
This courtroom is a sham. It's a sham.
The witness will refrain from wanton winking.
This is not good. She's already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred? Gee, I was like in my hotel room. I checked in right after lunch. And this hotel room is directly across from the Pheonix law offices? That's right, big boy.
Please testify to the court about what you saw.
It was like 9 o'clock at night. I looked out the window, you know. And then, oh, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman, like, dodged to one side and ran away. That girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. Then the woman with the long hair, she kinda slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy witsy. Well, Your Honor.
I see. It's a remarkably solid testimony. I don't see the need to trouble the witness with any...
Wait, Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Wright.
What about my cross-examination?
I thought the witness' testimony was quite firm, didn't you?
Mr. Wright, I understand you were Miss Maya Fay's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. A cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies.
Hey, how dare you? Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness?
I never said no. Like, the game would just end. Yes, I'm doing it. I gotta proceed with the cross-examination.
Well, if only because I'm feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination.
So yeah, it was around 9 o'clock at night. Then, so a woman with long hair being attacked. Who attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she called up to her and she hit her. Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be... I'm going to press her on that, because I don't think she could have gotten a good look from the window. How do you know she was the defendant? Well, you know. She had this girlish physique. Women know these things. Look, I just know, okay? There was only one girl at the scene of the crime with a short, girlish figure. The testimony is bulletproof, Your Honor.
He's right. Question the testimony.
Hold on a minute. That testimony stinks. What? Miss May, I'm willing to bet that you're lying. Are you telling the truth? Did you really see the defendant?
Yep. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this?
Yes, what is the meaning? Somebody tell me, because I'm clueless. About this, I mean... Okay. If you had really witnessed my client, Maya Fay, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis, except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. However, the witness testimony mentions neither of these things. Testimony is bogus! Bogus, I say! But...
Still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder.
She was, Your Honor. I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May? What are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think of all the trifling little details were necessary, darling.
Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Your testimony again, if you would. Almost had her. Witness account.
I did see everything. I did. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock, that kind of statuary clock. The thinker, I think. So, how would she know it's a clock from that distance? Well, does actually my point not startle you? Tee-hee. So I'm going to press her on that because...
I see. I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination.
Did see everything I did. The victim, the woman dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. The hippie clothes ran after her. She saw her. She's hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock. Right, I'm pressing that.
Clock?
Didn't this come up in another testimony recently? Well, don't look so sour, Mr. Lawyer. You can't win them all. No, but I have a feeling I'm onto something now. So, I'm going to present this. It's May. What you saw just now was quite revealing.
Revealing? Ooh, you'd like that, would you, naughty Mr. Lawyer?
You just said the statue of the thinker was a clock. But there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock, too. And he was found guilty.
Murder! Order! Order!
Miss May, can you explain how you know this was, how you know this was a clock?
Oh...
The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns.
Yes, yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright.
But questions are all I have, Your Honour. And as you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before.
Well, only once. Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness.
Phew, that was close.
If you stopped me there, trial would have been over.
Huh? What? So, what happens now?
I have no idea what I'm doing with her voice. It's kind of gone all over the place.
What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock? What? Because I heard it from a hotel across the street. Yes, I heard it say the time. So, you've been to the law offices of Fay & Co. No, hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room. Hee hee. The law offices in Fay & Co, where the murder took place, is very close to the hotel. Yeah, but not close enough that you would hear the clock from across the street. She could easily have heard the clock. No.
Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied?
No, Your Honour. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because she couldn't have heard of it. You were at the hotel. There's no way you could have heard the clock go off in the building next door. Do you have proof that she could not? Amateurs. Listen to me, Mr. Wright. In the court room, proof is everything. Without it, you have nothing. You are nothing. And I would like to propose a test, see if she could really have heard. The prosecution denies your request. What? On what grounds? This is a trivial matter with no direct bearing on the case at hand.
Indeed. Objection sustained.
Damn. I'm church directions. Quick. Will you proceed?
Ready to proceed, Mr. Wright?
No, Your Honor. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because it couldn't have rung. Your Honor, members of the court, it is inconceivable that the clock in question rang. It's empty. That clock is missing its clockwork.
How could you possibly?
Just take a look. Right now.
Oh!
See anything interesting, Your Honor?
It's as the event says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this?
It's as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big, fat liar. She's going to get really offensive at the idea of being called fat. Nailed it! Well, Miss May. Tisk, tisk. Attaboy. It's a comedy bang bang bit. Highly recommend you check out that sketch. It's probably on YouTube. It's great. Go? Quite a show you put on for us, Mr. Wright.
He knew the clock was empty.
Somehow, he knew. I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty. As you say, it cannot ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there can be no contradiction.
That's true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it.
And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor. Except I have a phone recording of Mia saying she removed it, like, at 8:45 or whatever.
Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed?
Oh, impossible, of course. I have proof. But, what? Wasn't it you who told me that proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves when the clockwork was removed is... Just gonna double check this. Yeah, cool. That's it. Take that! Take a look at this.
That's a very cute cell phone. Not that I know anything about cute cell phones. I definitely don't have one.
Ooh, you have a girly phone.
I do not. I'm very serious, very masculine. Judge.
Wait. This isn't my phone. Listen. This is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder.
Order! Order!
The defendant's cell phone? This wasn't brought to my attention. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it. You could detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon. I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation. Beep. So, you just want me to hold on to the thinker for you then? You could. I probably should tell you the clock isn't working right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take out the clockwork out. Sorry. September 5th. 9:27 AM. Your Honor, I think this makes it clear the clockwork was already gone by the time this was recorded. Which was well before the witness even arrived at a hotel. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know that weapon was a clock? Well, isn't it obvious? I saw that clock before. What store was that again? I go to so many. Oops, I forgot. Wink! So the witness had seen it before. That would make sense, except it's custom built. Does the defense have any objections, Mr. Wright? Yes. The witness claims she had seen it before. But this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court. Well then, let's see it. Please produce evidence that will prove the witness had not seen the clock before. Take that! It's simple. This clock was never in any store. Ever. What? A friend of mine made that clock. Only two exist in the world. And the one that isn't here is in police custody. Impossible! Everything is sold in stores. Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Oh, excuses not on sale today? The hearts. What's it to you, porcupine head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it. Die! What? Why? What? What? Why do you care? Whoa. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness shall remain calm. Okay. Oh. Oh, man. She's got the eye twitch. She's got that twitch. Look. Did I, lose it? Yeah, just a bit. I guess I did. Scary. Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? What is up with her face? Oh dear. Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior? Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honour, allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because... So I don't think she held it. But she'd heard about it. The witness had never held the clock in her hand. However, she had heard that it was a clock. She heard? That's correct, Your Honour. There is no other way she could have known the thinker was a clock. And I can show you the proof. Oh wait, just so every time Pheonix Wright does the hands on desk thing, I do it too. It's genuinely quite fun.
Well, this is interesting. Let's see it then. Show me the evidence proving that witness had heard the murder weapon's a clock.
Well, she wiretapped the office.
Take that!
Have a look at this.
Ah!
Oh! That! I found this in Miss May's room.
Miss Wright?
Mr. Wright is a very different person. Or Mr. Wright just decided to make a dramatic life change that was not expected.
Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is.
Miss April May, you were tapping the victim, Miss Mia Faye's phone. Were you not?
Oh! Oh! Objection!
Your Honour, this is irrelevant.
I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap.
This is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone?
Absolutely.
Even if that was the case, which it is not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can you prove that? I think not. Oh yeah? I think I can. It's simple.
What?
Here's my proof. The proof is that the victim said on the phone that the weapon was a clock is... Proof of the victim said... Oh, it's on the... Yeah. Duh.
Take that!
I present the defendant's cell phone. Yes, we've seen that. Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim. You haven't called in a while. Well, actually, something won't hold on to me. Again, what is it? It's a clock. It's made to look like the statue, the thinker, and it tells you the time. Miss April May, you used a wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Am I wrong? Your Honour, this is ridiculous. Your Honour, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? Good. The defence demands an answer.
Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May!
Shut up. All of you. What gives you the right to talk to me like that? You
lawyer.
It's not fair. All of you getting up on me like that. Oh, I'm so the bad girl, is that right? Is that it?
That did it. The court's seen the real Miss April May now. Now to deal the final blow. Why the wiretap? Why did you tap her phone? Answer the question.
Do I have to? Yes. Isn't this a murder trial? Isn't tippity tapping irrelevant?
No! Ah, she's saying exactly what Edgeworth wants her to say. Miss May, you were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant. While this court does not condone this defence's own voice, he has a point. Well, Miss May, do you have an explanation for the court? Can you prove you had nothing to do with this murder, even though you tapped her phone? Ha, I'd like to see her pull that off. Figuratively. Mr. Lawyer, I saw that evil grin. You're probably thinking I'd like to see her pull that off, weren't you? Damn. She's good. Well, you're not the first man who's thought that. And of course, I can. And will. Well, this is about to become a different game. You can't be serious. No way. Way, I say. Way, and oh, I assure you, I am serious, Mr. Lawyer. Okay, so the killing happened around 9 o'clock at night. Why, that's just when I was getting room service from that sweet bellboy. Room service? Iced coffee, I believe it was. No, because you had champagne in that room. Iced coffee? You know, like normal coffee, but cold? If you don't drink it quick, the ice melts and you have regular cold coffee. Yeah. Yeah. Ice coffee? Think you're making this up? Ask the bellboy. Ergo, the witness was not on the scene at the time of the murder. Therefore, her whole statement is false. So, where does that leave us? It is my great displeasure to inform you that the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's telephone. However, that is a separate crime with no bearing on the current case whatsoever. Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant, Mayor Fay, commit murder. No, they're going to let her just walk away. There's no way I can win this unless I tie Miss May to the murder somehow. Well, does the defense have anything to say? Well, come on, think of something. Well, call the bellboy as a witness. Defense would like to call the hotel bellboy as a witness. There's something suspicious here, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I think you've sunken quite low enough already. Objection! I object to calling the bellboy. Why? What's your reason? Because I hold that wiretapping had nothing to do with the killing. However, if you agree to one condition, I'll consent to calling this witness. Condition? If Miss April May's alibi is not called into question after you examine the bellboy, then you will recognize that Miss April May was not the killer, thus she is innocent. I mean, I don't think anyone's saying she's the killer. I mean, obviously we know she's not the killer because we see it in the thing beforehand, but like, we're claiming she witnessed the thing
from across the hall. That would like from across the window. Yeah, I don't know. And thereby, I don't know what I'm saying. And thereby, you must also accept the verdict of guilty for Miss Maya Fey. That is my condition. What? I better find something suspicious in that bellboy's testimony. Otherwise, Maya will be declared guilty on the spot. What should I do? Well, we're gonna have to accept it. Alright. I've got nothing to lose, except for, well, everything. Understood. I accept your condition. Fool. You fell right into my trap. Uh-oh.
Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand. Suddenly I turned French. I don't know why either.
I believe we're ready for the witness to testify. He certainly does look like a bellboy. He's even still carrying the tray. Did we just literally nab him from like his shift? Yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I'm happy to be of service. Man, whoever ordered that tea is gonna be mad because it's gonna be cold.
That tea set looks rather heavy. So, without further ado, maybe you should put it down on the side, just for the purpose of, whilst we do the court hearing. Just, might be a bit precarious holding a heavy tray of hot liquid. But I'll take a biscuit. The witness may begin his testimony.
Ah, very good, sir. This is ridiculous. It's a fucking game. This is room service. I am the head bellboy at the Fine Gatewater Hotel, in business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call from after 8 o'clock in the evening from my guest, Miss May. She asked for her iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 o'clock on the dot, sir. I brought it to her precisely at the requested time, of course, which means she couldn't have witnessed the murder. And I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May, herself.
I see. The defense may begin its cross-examination.
Right, I'm ready. I hope. This is it. If I can't prove Miss May was involved with the murder now, Maya will be finished. So, head bellboy at the Fine Gatewater Hotel, in business for 4 generations. Not relevant. We've received a call after 8 o'clock in the evening from my guest, Miss May. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 o'clock on the dot, sir. I brought it to her precisely at the time requested, of course. And I delivered it iced coffee to our guest herself. Right, I'm going to hot press that. You sure it was Miss April May herself? Absolutely, sir. Absolutely? Yes, sir. As in, so very absolutely, sir. It's an enduring mannerism of mine. How come you're so very certain? Well, when I brought the room service, sir, the guest, sir, favoured me with an, embarrasser, sir. Embarrasser? Is that French for embrace? It's French for kiss, sir. But not a French kiss, sir. More of a peck on the cheek. Why would she have done that? I believe she was momentarily swayed by my prim demeanour, sir. It was a moment I shall never ever forget, sir.
Sounds pretty fishy to me. I think our Miss May was up to something and wanted the bellboy to remember her.
And I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. So... Precisely 9 o'clock then. Precisely, exactly, and most definitely, sir, 9 p.m. How can you be so sure? Miss May was quite insistent they be brought then. Oh, bellboy? Teehee, I'd like iced coffee at 9 o'clock? Something like that, sir. Therefore, I knocked on her door at the crack of 9 o'clock, sir. Why would she always be so particular about the time?
It's no good. There's something there.
Is that it? Tisk. Finally, you understand? This bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, you will end this rather tedious cross-examination here.
It was a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand.
I can't let this happen, can I?
Protest!
Wait! Wait! Please wait!
Yes? Does the defense have something to add?
One last question. Let me ask one last question. Objection! Your Honor, I must object. This charade of justice has gone on long enough.
No, Mr. Edgeworth. Alright, Mr. Wright. I'll give you one more question. That's all.
Okay. This is really it now. This is my last chance. What to ask him about? Describe your perfect Sunday. Oh God. What do we ask? If we ask about her checking in, because then that would sort of go into the whole wiretap thing, because when she arrived and when she wiretapped, room service were kinda covered. Tell me about check-in. Tell me about when you checked in Miss May. Oh, alright. Very well, sir. My first thought was that she was a beautiful, beautiful person. She's just my type of girl, so it was a disappointment, really. Expand on that. I see. Wait, excuse me. What exactly was a disappointment? Well, I'm not without charm, sir. Even I'd have a little chance of her lover there. This makes sense. Because that room was for 2 people. The champagne was for 2. There was suspicion that there was someone else there. What did he say? What did you say? Ah! Oh, rather quite. Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Did Miss May check in with another person? I object. That was objectionable.
Objection overruled. The witness will answer the question.
Yeah, answer the damn question. Yes, I see. Why did you not mention this in your testimony? Well, sir, you didn't ask.
Nice try.
That's the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention. Yes, quite indeed. It was the good barrister there, Mr. Edgeworth, who... He asked me not to mention if I wasn't specifically asked, sir.
Oof! Duh!
You fool!
I've done it. I've won.
Miss April May checked into a twin room with a man. Correct? Yes, sir. Then, when you brought them room service, you didn't see that that man in the room? That's right, sir. Your Honor, we have just learnt of another person involved who may have been the murderer. In light of this new fact, I hold that it's impossible to judge the defendant. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? And who, Mr. Wright, is this other person? Simple. It was the man with Miss May. The man who checked in with Miss May. Oof! Your Honor, as has been previously revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone. Yet, Miss May herself has an alibi at the time of the murder. However, that does not clear the man that was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder. May. What a convenient little setup. But it's too late. Too late? I suppose you'd like it if it was too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who hid the presence of the other man from this court. You upstart amateur. These accusations are ludicrous.
Enough! The court acknowledges the defense's argument. I expect the prosecution and the defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
That's all for today, for the trial of Maya Fey. Hey, I'm a poet, and I didn't even know it. Court's adjourned. I'm gonna go write some prose.
September 7th, 2:22 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1. Mr. Wright! You were amazing in there. Really? I think I might be your newest fan. Oh, I was just doing my job. You know. Then again, the other attorney was pretty cool too. He was alright. Huh? That face of his, with his eyes wide and trembling lips. It sent shivers up my spine. You say so. So, what happens with me? Do I get to go home now? Well... No, I don't think so. Not yet. Oh. I see. But I got a great lead in today's trial. A lead? That man with Miss May. He's the key. Oh. I get it. What happened to Miss May after... anyway. Her face. I heard they arrested her. I guess she's learning her charms won't work everywhere. She's probably at the detention centre right now. I may have to go down there later. Anyway, this case is far from closed. Yes, sir. I'm going to find out more about this man. Do you think he is the one who... Maybe so. What's this? Don't worry. I'll find them by tomorrow. I promise. I'm counting on you. I asked for a full record of April May's testimony. Thought it might come in handy during the trial tomorrow. But now that I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. In fact, there's only one part that hasn't been stricken from the record. My testimony It may test many difficult records. I know how much good this will be to me, do to me at all. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. Maya doesn't belong in that detention center. It's up to me to set her free. To be continued on the next stream. Thank you for joining me for today's stream. This has been fun. I've really enjoyed playing this, and I've got into it a lot more, like in terms of doing the voice acting, especially, which I know is not good, but it's been really fun kind of getting into that for this, because that's kind of all it really is for the most part. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun playing this and doing that. So we'll come back and we will finish this episode next time, I believe, and then probably start the next one. Probably start and hopefully just run through the next one, hopefully tomorrow. So we'll come back for that. But in the meantime, thank you for joining me for this stream. Whether you join for the whole thing, whether it's 5 minutes, whichever you, or any time in between, I really appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out. And we'll see you next time. As always, au revoir, baby. See ya.